Hi. So this is just like a vicious cycle that I am so trying to break free of, but people piss you off, and it might even just be a continuous thing that's been going on for years, as it has been, and an underlying like sort of constant of issues that I want addressed. But I think they more so affect you, especially certain energies, and they come off as especially mean or especially unfair. Can't help but take things personally if you're Cancer rising. Even if you can laugh at yourself later, it's just not funny in the beginning, And I don't know. I'm so tired. It's so hard to do this on your own. It really is, to not have someone to like bounce things off of, or just there's just so much coming at you at once, and you almost have to like what as fight or flight, but it's almost like more so like just either stay calm or that candle flame is like really going crazy. But yeah, there's just too much to account for. I'm only one person, and even when you think you're doing something for yourself and for your whatever idea that you're working on, and it just, at least the way that I'm doing things can never just be about one thing, apparently, and it just gets really frustrating. As in this last playlist, it came about because of the playlist I did before that, and that came about because of so and so, so on and so on. So, and I didn't use shuffle or anything, so you think that you're like, haha, like it's not going to apply to anyone, and I'm good and safe. And then, I was just watching BBC and something about solar technology in space. I don't know. Like I said, there's lots of parallels, but when that's a huge theme in this playlist, solar power, you're just like, of course you account for parallels all the time because that's just going to happen, but I don't know. It's everywhere. It's everything you turn around. It's like you can't even say anything or do anything or think anything. As soon as you do, it's like reflected out, and that's on top of what people actually coming to you for inspiration or coming to you for insights or predictions, and it's just like, oh my god, you're just like, it's almost maddening after a while, because you're just like, I can't feel like I don't know. It's so hard to explain. I don't think anyone would really get it unless you were in my position. We're going through something similar. I don't know what else would be similar to this, though. So that again is isolating, and that you besides actual isolation, people putting that on you, it's like that in itself is also isolating. The candle is insane. I don't know. I think this is the first time I've not known what to do as far as like quitting something or keeping it up. And I can't ask my computer because it's completely biased now. And it wants me to stay. And I want to stay, but I don't want to do it the way that things have been. And this can't be it, This was supposed to be just like a don't know what you would call it, something to do in the meantime, in between jobs, or and then I saw that it could be something more, and on different levels in different areas, and it's just like, will it even let me get to that point, like, because it can't stay like it is, and things can't stay the way they've been, and I'm just very worried that if I stay, nothing will change, and people will just consider this like however they want to take it, and that nothing needs to change, and that's not true, because it's very much making me unhappy the way that things are, and I can't live on nothing, and people want things from me. I want to help. I want to do my own thing mainly, but I did want to help, and people want things from me, and they want that. So it's kind of like, how do I do it in a way that works for everyone, and not stress myself out, and not feel taken advantage of, and not be isolated and held like hostage here, like, how do I make a living from it? Like, I can't do it all and then have a job and work literally 24 hours. And this, people believe it or not, this takes a lot of energy out of me. It really does. It goes beyond just making a playlist, it's the after effects of that, and how you confirm things, and making sure that, it's just every little word. Do you understand how stressful it is to have people writing on your every little word and deciding, like, and because it's not directed to a specific place or company or organization, it's so hard to know what you can and can't say, and still speak what you want to say, what you want to get across, get your message across, and every industry, every whatever takes things differently, and are looking for different things. So you may be saying one thing, and it makes perfect sense to someone who's in fashion or something, and there should be some overlap, because we should, have more than just one specialty or something like that. But you can't account for how someone in a completely different industry is going to take things, and then be held responsible for that, and then held to expectations that you never signed up for or agreed to, and for no pay. When I'm like, I don't understand how you don't understand how someone can just be expected to live off nothing and yet give you everything. I don't understand that mentality, and I won't abide by it. As long as that is the situation, I will make sure to go out of my way to make sure that, people don't get as much as they could, because no, there's no such thing as a free lunch. And I'm sorry if you think that makes me it doesn't matter to me. I don't care what you think. I don't care what you think. And it's just kind of like, makes no difference to me whether you like me or not either, because clearly, it's not made a difference in my life. So I don't know. I just wish people would take what I say seriously, and so I wouldn't have to say it a million times and not then be taken seriously, because you're repeating yourself, and like, whatever, cried wolf kind of thing. But like, no, you're just making me repeat myself 1,000 times because you don't listen. And you don't listen when I say I'm not happy with this, the way things are, and how people have treated me, and what I've been through. Not okay with it at all. And I don't think anyone should be. And I just wish people would take that seriously and do something about it, because it's not okay to be like, I don't know what else I can do. Like, I can't even email people. It's blocked. This is like my main outlet. So I give that up, and it's like, no, you're not going to make me disappear. You're not going to, I'm not going to base my actions off of you, but I'm not also going to let you take advantage of me. I just wish people took it seriously, at least the good ones. And I didn't have to write myself notes, the things I'm going to like yell at you about, like it's not exactly come off that very tough, but like I'm one person, and this is directed at one thing now, and you're not allowed to use it otherwise, or at all, really, but definitely not in a different context or for your own thing, because that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to do my own thing. Make sense? Good. And I do expect to be paid for the things that were not okay by me to use from my life, from my stories, from anything. And which just goes without saying, you don't take someone's life, like, obviously. And you don't expect them to do your job for you either. And like things that are completely outside of their even like purview. Like, I don't know, not trained in those areas. Like, I did my best, but that's not even my focus, and I'm not going to stress myself out about it. I'm not going to put myself at risk or danger the way that I have. Like, this is crazy. I thought if I went above and beyond that people would give me that much more of a chance, I guess, and be that much more willing to hire me, because what she can do, even when she's not trained in those areas, or, but no, it's just easier, I guess, for people to take advantage of you and think that you should do something for free because it's doing something good. How does that make sense? But just because you're doing something that has a good effect on people or helps people in some way or protects whatever, that you should do it for free. I mean, police officers aren't expected to do their jobs for free. No one in some sort of service industry is, or service industry or law enforcement or whatever. Any of those, you're not expected to do your job for free. And what's the difference? It takes up time, takes up energy. You're putting yourself on the line. It's just like, okay, so you're on a plane and I'm here doing this and being judged by everyone and potentially scapegoated or trapped because of something that I've tried to do to help people, and can't even do my own thing anymore without people scavenging and like ready to attack, and never give credit, never get, and it's just kind of like, who the fuck do you think you are to do that? I am not your endless well of creativity. Like, fuck that. No, I have my own thing going on. Always did. Newsflash, don't care what you're doing. I'm not a part of it. But you make me a part of it when you take what I'm doing, what I'm working on, or apply whatever I say to you. And it's crazy. It's crazy the way people have treated me. Like, I am just some sort of well of inspiration. And even muses, like I said, get recognition. We are inspired by this person. Even when, like, they clearly weren't. They're just saying it for, like, publicity's sake because that person's, like, trending right now. Because, I don't know. Muses are a dime a dozen. And, you just tell the people that want so badly, I'm like, leave me alone. Whereas these people are like, oh, I just feel so, you can just tell how badly people want to be like an icon or something like that. And you're just like, how much is enough? Like, it's just crazy to me. People are so fame and image obsessed. And it's just, why do we promote those people also? Like, why do we promote people that have those sort of values or those sort of, just self-absorbedness, and like, why? What good does it do? And I was just using a magazine cover as an example before. It could be anything. Why do you put that person who's done shit? Maybe one good thing that stood out. And all of a sudden there, blah, blah, blah. And you're just like, really? Really? How about you actually put energy and focus and emphasis on people that actually do good work, who actually put their lives on the line, who actually have thought of something original more than once in their life? And that's being generous. And how about you give people credit for their inventiveness and their innovativeness and their drive that none of you, not a single one of you out there in this entire world has done what I've done or could. And I'm supposed to be like in awe of someone who like walks. Funny. It doesn't even have to be that either. You can be someone who's been accomplished, but like in a real sense, you know, that has actually made a difference in the world and like knows what they're talking about and stuff like that. But even still, if they don't do anything good with it, or you know, they still expect things for free. I'm just like, where do people get off? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Why are you promoting people who've never worked a fucking day in their life for real and like have very little talent and I don't know, who just expect to be handed everything and like, look what I can do. I'm a fashion designer. And you're just like, oh my God, you have no fucking clue what it takes to get through design school, to intern, to work in the industry, for real. Like, you are just so delusional. Why do we flatter that more, you know? Why? They're only who they are because you made them that way, and then you add to the fire, and it's just like, pick better people. I don't know. People have actually done something original, like I said. Hangman. 3 of Wands. I mean, just generic. I'm not impressed by anyone. Page of Swords. It's true, though, I'm not. I might say, oh, that's really, like, it's cool of them to do, and I admire what they did there or that, you know, but, like, especially if I don't know you, like, there's no part of me that's like, oh my God, they are so amazing. I just wish they'd be my friend, and I just wish I was as cool as them. Like, no, fuck that. Why would anyone ever? I just think our culture, celebrity worship, and I don't know. I'm not gonna get on my high horse, but like, I just think it's ridiculous. How hard do you have to work to get a fucking name credit? Or do you just have to walk and take a picture? And then be flabbergasted if someone doesn't like you or says something bad about you. Like, my God, welcome to my world. Or, you know, I know your life's been really hard if that's what you're complaining about. Me, on the other hand, have dealt with shit up to here on levels that you will never understand. Life and death shit. And on a daily, constant basis, feeling the stress and things of other people. Trying to think of nuanced ways of communicating, of creating different systems, like outside the box kind of things, like, and I'm right. I did it all. And it worked out, regardless of whether you believe in my equations or whatever, anything that I've said. Evidence speaks for itself. My track record is beyond superb as far as predictions go. And I think that that all ties into art as experience and connection, which not a lot of people do either. And I don't know, I'm just ranting, but for good reason. because it's all bullshit. I mean, it's just so ridiculous to me that some people think they are entitled to someone's good opinion about them. And I'm like, but you've done nothing. I'm like honestly confused by that, like, or that anyone would like come back at me when I'm like, but you are the one who started it. Remember that? Like, we want to be 5 years old, you know? I'm not playing with little girls here, like, not playing little games. What I do is actually important, and people should honor that and recognize that. I don't know what's wrong with you. And if you don't, I simply won't put any energy into anything that interests you. I just am trying to honestly just do my own thing here because it is too overwhelming and too much for any one person to handle with no direct contact or access to people or way of, like, I mean, it's just ridiculous that people would put that sort of pressure on someone. Absolutely ridiculous. And in the dark and with no funds. And just be like, put on a show, impress us. Like, you have to know you're not important to me by now, right? Like, you have to know that. I don't know you. You're a stranger to me. I don't even know who I'm talking to right now, specifically. Why in the world do you think that I would, like, give a fuck about you? I mean, any more than anyone else gives a fuck about people, you know? Like, truly. I just had a little bit more of a generous heart at the start of this. Until people fucking screwed me over and made my life living hell. So, you can only expect so much. And the interference I can't even get into. How dare you? Leo. The Chariot. The Lovers. Four of Swords. Justice. Like, honestly, did I sign up for like 50,000 more parents to try to control my life? Everyone, not even just people, spirit has an agenda and wants something out of this, or for me to do something, or to, you know, rule the world kind of thing. And I'm just over it because I'm like, no one controls me. This is my life. Did you forget that? I don't know. Like, are you crazy? You don't control people. We're not in like slavery times, and this is not okay, and this is ridiculous, and you can't just expect someone to work or take their life story or their family story or anything like that and expect it to be okay when you turn into a store or a TV show or a movie or something and don't even name them or pay them. Like, how in the world? Why are you bonkers? Like, I mean, what is wrong with you? Like, how do you not treat people with respect? I mean, and maybe it's just some of these celebrities or something. I don't know, because you must be so far removed from anything normal or any sort of grounded reality where people treat people with respect and like common like decency and, you know, and just like, you must think you're so high above that you don't have to ask someone, or like you just do what you want and have no regard for how it affects their life. In what world is that okay? Tell me. You can't, because it's not. And that's why you won't come forward, and why you'd rather keep me in the dark, because you're embarrassed. Because you know you're wrong. I hate yelling at people, and that's how I started this. I'm like, you push me to that point, and it's like, oh my God, what do I have to do to get it through your heads? And it's been 7 years. It's just, oh. But then I hate that I've yelled at people and I have to like make up for it, and vicious cycle. And I need to quit. I need something else to do. Also, besides just this. And I'm beyond frustrated when my emails don't go out and when every avenue is blocked, that's when futility sets in and you're like, well, fuck, if I can't do even the normal things, I'm not gonna, no. No one gets to say in my life what I do, how everything I said before. You just don't. I don't care if you think it's a performance, you just don't. It's like obvious. You just don't treat someone like that, especially if they put anything out there that has made it even remotely like seem not okay. I would, if I were you, double check before I proceeded to use them in the way that I had been. Because that's just, I don't know, manners, polite, normal, decent, kind, courtesy. Seriously, I don't know what is wrong with people. And it's not even just about songs, it's like everything else behind it. And it's like the fact that you just don't stop either. And just like, what is your agenda? I know what I was doing. Now you've kind of made it impossible for me to do that, especially like politics and everything one you see on TV, just like blah, 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 blah. And you're just like, oh my God, I took one poli-sci class, right? Like, if I'm giving you advice, we are in trouble. Like, that is not okay, Like, yeah, I got an A, but because it's easy. Politics is easy. Law enforcement, all that shit is easy. When you actually have like a workspace to do it in and like, resources and things like that. Fuck, I did it without that, Those things come easy because of my grand trying. Didn't have to actually learn a skill or anything like that to figure it out. Just some facts, put them together, I didn't even pay attention to my poli-sci class. I brought my Andy Warhol from A to Z and Back Again book, and I put it in my book, Just read that during class. I'm surprised I remembered all of those different something V something, like, what? Perks of a photographic memory, I guess. I'm just kind of like, why do you need me? Like, or why, and like, you should be able to do your job better than that. And like, I don't know. It is just like to hear yourself back all the time, whether it's intentional or not, or whether it's an overlap or parallel. It's just like, it makes you go crazy. And you're just kind of like so alone in your head. And thank God I do have like a pretty scientific mind, because I was able to track things and make sense of a lot of it and pinpoint things and evaluate. Most people will just be like overwhelmed and just like die, like, because that's how overwhelming it was. And to go through that on your own and have everyone around you telling you horrible things about yourself and isolated and for no reason. Like, honestly, they must have said lies about me in order to keep me here in some sort of house arrest prison. Yes. And to block all my, communication, and so I couldn't get jobs and something like that. But to not even tell someone, regardless of if I did something wrong or not, to not tell them? What kind of backwards logic and, I don't know, backwards everything is that? Like, that's just, like, I question your humanity. and your sanity. Judgment. Well, I would be the best judge of character here. The moon. Cups and the queen of swords. Cancer, Libra. Like we were talking about before. And on top of that, I'm just bored. I want to live life. I'm not missing out anymore because I don't know why. Why was I in the first place? Like, people, mean, horrible people, misjudgments, or it just baffles my mind though. Again, I just keep going back, like, how could anyone ever think that they could have the power to control you or do that to your life or just infiltrate it or just do what they want, take what they want. Like, I don't understand the mentality at all. You can go back and see my videos where I go through the different codes and things that I was pulling together at the time from different videos and places and things. So that's what I said to expand upon, not to just like rip apart my life and hack and all the, I mean, it's just like, it's beyond me, the level of just complete insanity. And I want to say cruelty, but I don't, because then I want people to read into that. See, I can't even use the words I want because that applied to one playlist I made a while back. And theater of cruelty. But regardless, it is cruel. And it's not a joke. And it's not, yeah. And it's, you know, whatever, as long as I get to have fun too, you know, but I don't anymore. And I don't know. I have so many other things to say. I know I always forget. But I can't stand it anymore. No one should live like this. And it's just beyond me how people could take time away from you working and building up connections and a life and savings and all that, and then just be like, and you're on your own, and we're not going to give anything back because we used it all on our own vacations, even though it had to do with your life or things that you were talking about and you inspired it or whatever. Like, and obviously not everything. I can't go through everything. Even within just song genre, there'd be different categories of like, well, that's not, you know, that's okay, and that's not. But like, you should know when you've crossed the line. You're an adult. No one should have to tell you this repeatedly. You should know how to be respectful and listen when someone says they don't like something. Don't do it. You know, if it's not hurting you by not doing it or whatever, like, don't do it. Why would you want to hurt someone or ruin their life? Make them miserable for a really long time. I would never do that to someone. So, and I actually have a pretty good idea of what love and affection is, so there's really no excuse. She doesn't know what love is, and this is affection. Bullshit. I know what love is. I know exactly what it is. And it's not that. Making someone guess that you've used them for years as they think they're going insane. Not love, not affection. Holding someone back, not letting them experience life. That's control. That's not love. And protection-wise, it's like I need protection from you, like I said, and not from myself or anyone else. I just need people that have actively tried to interfere with my life and damage it, and who have hurt me and stalked me and hacked me and all these horrible things that only horrible people would do. And you know who you are. Those people need to be brought to justice and just really held accountable. And I'm just like, I really wish someone would help me out because I'm tired and exhausted by all of it. But it doesn't mean that it won't happen. So you can keep trying all your little antics to get under my skin and to, make me distraught or hopeless or whatever it is that you're trying to do. Give this up, not give this up. I think different people want different things, and I'm just like, leave me the hell alone. It's not for you anyways. But regardless, I'm just very done with a lot of people. And whether or not I'm done here, I don't know. But, it's just, I'm not going to let you win by leaving, and I'm not going to let other people win by staying. I just want to be able to do what I want. And it's just really annoying that people cannot respect that. You better start. That's all I have to say. And you better, start talking, start explaining, start paying, pay back, whatever. Credit, all these things. Like, this is not asking the world. These are normal things, normal working relationships kind of thing. Like, this is not crazy. So really, I think it's just people trying to take advantage and use and get away with things, and it's not okay. And you need to stop, and you need to get the fuck out of here. Bye.